Hello, and welcome to One Cool Thing, PC Mag's daily show where we share one really cool product that we've been testing out here in PC Mag Labs. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, please do ask us your questions about what we're about to show you or anything else that you might have, and we'll try to get you answers. If you're watching this later on YouTube, definitely subscribe to our channel, and you'll get notified the next time we show you one cool thing. I'm Tom Brandt, this is Victoria Song, and for you today, we have a scale?
Fitbit Aria 2.
Ooh, it's a Fitbit.
Yeah, it's a Fitbit, just not this kind of Fitbit. So the Aria 2 is a smart scale. I bet you didn't know that your scales could be smart, Tom.
Well, no, I did not. That's actually, you're correct in assuming that.
So what a smart scale does that's different from a normal scale is that it'll give you much more advanced readouts. So when you step on this baby, it'll give you your weight, but it'll also give you your your body mass index, or your BMI. And in this case, this also tracks your body fat percentage and your lean mass. So, you know, you'll get that, and it integrates into the Fitbit app. So if you have Fitbits, you just have the same Fitbit app, and you can just have your weight, and it'll seamlessly updated up into the cloud because it has Wi-Fi, and you can just view your weight and track it over time within the Fitbit app.
Now, how much are we talking in terms of price for this?
So this is $129.95, which is much more expensive than your $14 scale at Bed Bath & Beyond. That's dumb.
And certainly much more expensive than a Fitbit as well, right?
Actually, it's about the same price
About
as
the same price?
some Fitbits. I believe that the Fitbit Alta, not the Alta HR, is about $129 around. So it's about the same price as one of these babies. But what you do get is you get access to Fitbit's entire platform, and Fitbit has a pretty great platform for getting your steps in, getting more active. You'll just have it I have the app on my phone, and you can just see within the same dashboard once my stupid app loads. Once the dashboard, your weight will be there, and it'll just automatically track that. So you can step on it. You don't even have to look if you don't want to look, and it'll automatically update it to your app.
Now, this is connecting via both Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, or
Yes.
how does that? So you can be anywhere in your house and get this, or really anywhere.
So,
how does that work?
So the difference between Bluetooth only and Bluetooth only scales and scales that actually have Wi-Fi has to do with syncing. So when I step on this thing, it doesn't matter where my phone is in my house. I'll just step on it. I'll wait until it starts syncing, and then I'll be like, oh, cool, my data's there. I don't have to think about it. I can just look at it on my phone later, and I can kind of look at graphs of my trends in terms of how much body fat I have. The answer is too much, and what the ratio of my body fat to my lean mass is.
Okay, and it does that by sending a type of signal through your body.
Yes, so that's one thing about the Fitbit Aria 2. So these smart scales, how they work is that they send an electric bioimpedance signal through your feet, and that's, you know, forgive the crude scientific explanation, but
it's
the
like an electric signal.
Yeah, it's like an electric signal,
Okay.
a very faint one.
Right.
It'll send it through your body, and how it reflects back down will kind of tell what kind of tissue makeup your flesh bag has.
You're not just a bag of skin and bones. You have some
No,
other things
you have
in your
water,
body.
you have all these
right,
other things in your body. So
Right.
the thing is that it's not safe for pregnant women and for people with implanted medical devices like pacemakers, because you're sending that signal in, you could have a complication.
Right.
It's not every person is going to experience that, but there is a chance of that. So other smart scales have modes where you can turn off the signal. You cannot turn off the signal with the Aria 2, so that's something to think about.
So you should really, you know, put kind of almost like if you had this in your bathroom, a warning if you have pregnant house guests or something, or someone with a pacemaker.
Yeah.
Please. The other scales have as well, or are there smart scales without that?
Our editor's choice, the Cardio Base 2, you can have 4 different modes. 2 of them will basically turn off the signal and give you weight-only readings, or it even has a pregnancy mode that's safe for women who are pregnant.
Okay, so that's kind of a downside to this. Looks like we've got a question. If you're joining us, just joining us, this is the Fitbit Aria 2. Please do ask us your questions in the comments. Social Zach will ask them.
So somebody has a Nordic Track elliptical for Christmas, which has iFit. Is this compatible with iFit?
So the Nordic Track, I didn't realize those were still I guess those are. People are still buying
This
those.
is really kind of a tracking thing that works within Fitbit's platform. Now, Fitbit has a bunch of third-party integrations. So, like, I've had other scales that also work with the Fitbit platform. But really, this is the type of smart scale who I think works best with someone who's already interested in Fitbit's platform, already integrated into it.
And so that really is probably someone who is interested in fitness in general. And so is that, I mean, like, is this for someone who's trying to lose weight? Is this for someone who's mainly like monitoring their body mass for you know, an upcoming race, or like what is this for?
So it's a little more it's a little more general. It's a little more of a general use smart scale because you're not going to get a full body composition breakdown.
Okay.
It's simplified, and that's the thing about Fitbit's platform in general is it's very easy to use, very intuitive to use. But if you're looking for extra detail, other companies tend to do that slightly better. But the average person doesn't need to be bombarded with a crazy amount of data. So other scales like the Cardio Base 2, they'll give you your bone mass, they'll give you your water percentage, your muscle mass, and all of that stuff. If you are a hardcore athlete and you really want to track those metrics, you're probably better off shelling out a little more for something like that. But if you're just a person trying to lose weight and trying to get a sense of what your body breakdown is in terms of body fat and like healthy lean mass, this is more than fine.
Looks like we've got another question.
What's the maximum weight this can hold?
I believe the maximum weight this can hold is about somewhere around 396 to 400 pounds.
So
somewhere
that's
around
actually
there.
an interesting.
400 pounds is what I think it is.
Yeah, 400 pounds.
Yeah.
That's actually interesting because I was just reading this review, which is now up at PCMag.com. You can check it out for yourself. The previous Aria was, I believe, 350 pounds.
Yes.
And so they've added, you know, up to 400 pounds now. You know, for someone like an NFL player or someone like that, that's kind of not, you know, 350 is it may be low.
Yeah. So if you're an NFL player,
Don't buy this.
don't buy this.
Don't buy this.
If you're an NFL player, I guarantee you they have an army of sports
Sure.
people who are tracking them, and they have calipers and all this stuff to track their body composition breakdown. This is for the general consumer. The weekend warrior, if you will. Or, you know, if you're training yourself to do some sort of marathon or something like that, you can use this and safely track your weight. I've been using it. It's told me I've lost 2 pounds, which is nothing, but sure.
And now, is this, what's the battery life like on this thing?
So the battery life, this is this is another thing that they've changed from the Aria 1, is that the Aria 1 required way more batteries. Now, this only requires 3 batteries, so however long your batteries last.
And these are just basic AAA or AA batteries. There's
AA
no
batteries.
Integrated batteries.
You should get more than a couple months off of that, though.
Okay.
And it's very easy to replace the battery. Again, the Cardio Base is rechargeable, but for the most part, your smart scales, you're going to have a battery type thing. So you're just going to have to buy some batteries and deal with it.
And is this the only color that it comes in?
No, it also comes in black.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you have a super dark bathroom, you can order the black version of it.
Yeah, you could have the most emo bathroom in New York City or something like that.
So I suppose we could do a brief demo unless we have
Yeah.
any other questions. Do we have any questions right now? Okay, so we'll go ahead and, so I need to take my shoes off for
You
this
need
to
to
work,
take your
right?
shoes off to work, and ideally you need to take your socks off.
Okay, so that's because of the
signal.
what is it called
A
again?
bioimpedance signal.
Bioimpedance. Okay, so I will do that here, and we can see
Your hobbit
if
feet.
it works. Yes. Pay no attention to the hobbit feet. Okay, so I see here that we are. So how long does it take to?
So it takes a little bit to get your weight. And if you have a household, it can recognize up to 8 different users. So it
So now it's
recognizes
saying
you
yes,
as
right.
not part of my household
Right.
because your weight hasn't been recognized before.
Okay.
If it had recognized, and now it's syncing. If it had recognized your weight, you would see like a personalized icon that you set up during setup, of course. And then it would send it to the appropriate account. So I tested this at home with me and my roommate, and I never saw my roommate's weight, which is great.
So how does it know who is using it at any given time? Is that it stores profiles?
It stores
But how does it
profiles.
actually know?
Well, when you step on it, ideally you are a different weight than the person before, and it recognizes your weight
I see. Okay, so
with someone else's.
right, and so then it can track those over
Yeah.
time.
So
And so now it's saying, it looks like it's saying no Wi-Fi, and now it's turned off.
Well, that's because I did not calibrate it to the Wi-Fi in here.
Okay.
It's calibrated to the Wi-Fi at my house.
Okay, looks like
Yes.
we've got a question.
What about high fidelity pressure sensors like the iPad for weight distribution?
What?
High fidelity sensors. Yeah, I'm not sure that that's actually, you know, you're not going to be measuring weight distribution with the scale. It's really just your weight and your body mass.
Yeah, basically.
So that's probably not something
You're
that
just
gonna-
stepping on it. It is true that depending on where you stand on a scale, you can get different results, but the average person is going to step reasonably in the center of a scale to get a reasonable result.
Right.
Most of us are not the crazy people that go like, if I stand slightly like this, is it going to shave off 0.01 pound off of my weight?
Right.
That's not generally helpful. In terms of accuracy, I found it to be quite accurate. I tested it against 2 other scales that I had at home, and it was always consistent because if it's a couple of hundredths of a pound off of what your other scales are, that's fine as long as it's consistently that way.
Sure.
So,
And also that it's able to, you know, not confuse you with someone else
Yeah.
in your household, which I suppose could be a problem if the weights are very
if the weights
similar.
are very similar, usually what happens then is it asks you to identify, and it'll learn over time. And there is a way to kind of assign and claim different weights within an app. But the
Speaking
one
of
thing,
which, should we check the app to see
Should
if
we
it
check?
recorded anything, or did it not work?
no, I believe it recorded. It might not have synced because we don't have the Wi-Fi here.
Yes, right.
But usually when it happens is that I'm not going to see your data on my account.
Oh, okay.
Which
So
is
it would.
really nice because
Yeah.
some people want to keep that
Sure,
private.
sure. So you would actually then have to set up. You'd have to have your own Fitbit app.
Yes.
And it
So
would sync with
setup
that.
and adding other people is really easy because I just go into the Fitbit app and I, like my roommate also has a Fitbit and we're friends on Fitbit, so I just sent her an invite that way and it was super easy to set up. So I didn't have to go and have her register all over again. So if you're within the ecosystem, this is like the easiest scale to set up.
Now, is this IoT devices like this have been in the news recently for being easy to hack and a security
Yes.
concern. Is this going to just be spewing your weight out there unencrypted for anyone to
No,
drive by
actually,
and access?
that was like a really interesting thing. When I was reviewing this, they actually have like, I forget the exact number, but they have encryption for.
Oh, they do.
For
So
Fitbit.
this is an encrypted scale. Okay.
Fitbit does, you know, encrypt your data in transit when you're syncing.
Okay.
So that's. I'm actually not surprised that Fitbit did that. I actually got on the phone with their security people. It was a consideration they had because Fitbit collects a lot of medical
Sure.
data.
Sure.
So-
And not only the security of the data, but really to not compromise the scale itself, to then be sending out, you know,
Yes.
distributed denial of service attacks from a scale, which is something that you would never know because you're not, you know, you're not
Yeah.
like interfacing with it
Yeah,
daily.
and we
or
have a
something.
lot of great reviews of security boxes that, you know, are
Oh,
exactly for that,
right,
which you
that
should
would-
see on PCMag.com.
Yeah, definitely. There's
Plug.
some crossover here with
There's a lot of crossover.
secure Wi-Fi routers, things like that. Do we have any other questions? All right, looks like we're good. So this is the Fitbit Aria 2. The review is now up at PCMag.com. It's $129 for the smart scale.
Just in time for your New Year's resolutions to lose weight.
Oh yeah, that's actually a good question. Can you? Okay, New Year's resolution, lose weight, but probably not a good Christmas gift, right?
No, no, maybe.
Maybe depends on
Depends on
who you're giving it to.
depends on whether you love your family.
All right, thanks very much. We'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on Facebook with yet another one cool thing to share with you. In the meantime, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.